Can I get a working permit while I'm waiting for my application to be processed and decided by USCIS? Welcome to Koloko Immigration Channel. My name is Annie Koloko. I am an immigration attorney, and we do help family settle, live in the United States legally. Now, let's get to it. Now, can you get a working permit? Because as we know, the processing time, meaning the time that USCIS is taking to process application, is actually can be months and sometimes even years. But now, can you have a working permit? As all things, when you're asking a question to an attorney, it all depends. Now, if you have an application for adjustment of status, for example, you are married to a US citizen, then obviously you can ask for a working permit. Then you will be able to obtain such working permit. It will take a while depending of the processing time. There are other type of application. For example, if you actually are a victim of domestic violence, and then we're talking here about VAWA, Violence Against Women Act, or either an asylum application, yes, you should be able to obtain a working permit. The working permit application is actually the application known as the I-765, and it has several categories. And you will see that depending of the application that you have pending before USCIS, then you will have this particular category that is applicable to you. But bottom line, yes, you can have your working permit. Yes, you can have the right to work while you're waiting for your paper to be processed. You will have that application. Most of the time now, because there's been a change in USCIS regulation, now the working permits under certain category is actually going up to 2 years, meaning that you will not have to obviously come and renew your application after a year. And that sometimes was an issue. Why? Because you will have to submit your application between 90 days, 60 days prior to the expiration. And then the processing time was extremely long. They're still extremely long, meaning by the time you get your working permit, you've been out of status, if I may say so, meaning basically you don't even have a working permit for several months in a row. And now, given that there is such a backlog, what USCIS has done is basically to allow you under certain category to have a 2 years working permit, and even when it's time for you to renew this working permit, then you can submit actually this request, and USCIS will be giving you actually an extension letter. And that's very useful because you can present such letter to your employer, and your employer will see that you still have the legal status, you have the right to work, and your application is pending. Basically, it is different from a receipt because this extension is just extending your status, while extending the validity of the working permit, while the new renewal of the working permit application is pending. Basically, that's what it means. But that's what I wanted you guys to know a little bit about working permit. Working permit is a very effective tool, obviously allowing you to work and take care of yourself and your family. And it is actually a great news to know that most of the time, depending on the application that you have, you can work in the United States while USCIS is processing your application. I hope that was useful to you. For more information, you don't want to miss immigration tips and news, make sure that you click on the button and then you subscribe to the channel. That way you have actually notification when we post new videos. We post several videos every week, and we want you to make sure that you are empowered and that you are informed. Again, my name is Annie Koloko. I am an immigration attorney, and thank you. Until next time, Be well, be safe. Thank you. Goodbye.